What's going on? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Orion, thank you for 7 months. For 7 months onto the spike of appreciation, the pillar of happiness, the rod of love. How's it going tonight? Chaotic Neutral D, KND, how are you doing? Good to see you in here. Wonderful to see you in here. Fantastic to see you in here. Holy potatoes, seeing you in here. It's been 7 months. Can you believe it? I can believe it. I'm just being incredulous. How's everybody doing tonight? We are back. I hope. There were some problems with the PC earlier. If anything just suddenly goes dead, I apologize. And just know that I'll be taking a sledgehammer to the PC, perhaps. I don't know. But yes, glad to have you guys in here on a Friday evening. My name is Tom. I'm the Astro Canuck, and this is what we are doing tonight. We're doing some we're talking about astrophotography, doing a little bit of astronomy chat, and maybe doing a little bit of a, like I said, a little bit of a stress test in the way of maybe, if I remember where my controller is, I probably don't, maybe firing up a little Phasmophobia if this works. I'm not too sure. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Tonight is really just, I changed my streaming location. I should have transcoding, so those who are watching on maybe a slower connection, it should be working. There should be less buffering, hopefully. Right now, everything is holding steady at the moment. Did knock on anything that might be remotely wood, and we'll see how that goes. But yes, glad to have you guys in here today, and I don't know how long we're going to go for tonight. Tomorrow night is actually looking really good. And I'm also going to bust out the ASI Air Plus and get that rolling with the telescope, and maybe we can get some. Well, we'll see how it works out. Really, it's still in the box. I have yet to connect everything. So what I'll probably do tomorrow night ahead of the stream is get everything set up and let you guys know how it's going. Mr. Richard, hello. Hello. Good to see you in here today. How have you been? How is everybody's Friday shaping up? How's the weekend looking for people? Well, glad to have you guys in here. Glad to be doing this again. As those of you may have seen on our Discord channel, we are putting up a tower to have a little more reliable internet connection. And because right now, obviously, this puck that I'm using, it's good, but it's also a bit of a, like I was saying, for a little bit of jury-rigged internet setup, and it's not as reliably serviceable as if unless we were using like a proper internet company with this. So I think we are making the right choice with this tower going up and just being able to have a reliable internet company that can service things if anything really does go wrong. And it's just less of a headache. They're local, and I just think it's the better way to go for things. And hopefully this means that we are not going to have as many hiccups. If anything, I don't even know that something happened with the PC today, and that didn't even I was going to try to start a stream around maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I've been troubleshooting the PC for the past hour and a half. So right now everything looks good. Everything is looking great. So we're just going to kind of go along with it, see how things go. And yeah, kind of talk about what we want to do for some of the future streams. What we want to, as always, just ask any astrophotography questions, any astrophotography adventures. Always happy to hear what you guys are doing there. And I found this, again, a lot of the stuff while we're unpacking. I found this from a visit to, apparently I have tickets as well, somewhere from the Kennedy Space Center. So just this little pin that we found there. So we'll keep that there. Just in our field of view, but hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. It is a Friday evening here in the Grey Highlands of Ontario. And yeah, like I said, tonight was originally forecast to be a decent night, and that didn't turn out too well. It is 100% cloud coverage out tonight. I don't even have the camera set up, and no, I don't even have that camera set up outside. But tomorrow night is looking to be really good. And what do we got for tomorrow night's forecast? Well, rest assured, it's good. It's a good forecast. Enough that I'm going to get I'm going to get the cabling set up for the scope. And while the ASI Air Plus, well, it does have a good Wi-Fi, a much better Wi-Fi signal, I'm still going to use the Ethernet cable so that I am reliably connected to this device. But we'll also just I'll give it a go with the wireless on there, and kind of report back on that. We'll kind of do like reports and reviews on this device during the stream, really. Samsung, happy effing Friday to you too. Happy effing Friday. Actually, it's Friday. If it's Friday, that means that we should have. I need to also get another place to put our redemptions. What are you doing, Firefox? Okay, yes, thank you. Start browsing. Oh, see, that's also the other things I forgot to do. Tons of things I forgot to do to start up here. I was just so excited and happy to see that everything is working out there. TB, Thomas, how are you, sir? How are things? Where is my option of viewer rewards? Channel points. So that's the other thing with StreamerBot is I need to get that all sorted out there. You love the chips. I'm down to like the last few in this bag. I probably would rather get a fresh bag, but it is much like the ghost pepper peanuts I had for bits. We kind of eat some of the ghost pepper. For every 100 bits, there is a whole chip inhaled on here. Actually, because this is a stale bag, forget it. I'm going to go 50. Back to the same way of the peanuts there. 50 bits is me eating a haunted ghost pepper chip. But yeah, Thomas, how you doing? How are you doing, sir? How are your adventures in astrophotography been going? I got a bit of data that I probably want to work on. I was going to do it maybe tomorrow, but because it's going to be some clear nights, I will be doing some astrophotography. What's going on, Muffin? How are you? How are you doing? Good to see you in here tonight. Hope you're doing well. And also as well for the last remaining hours before we set the clocks back and are once again 5 hours behind our friends in the UK and in Europe. You've had one evening of 3 months. Oh my God. No. Oh, that stinks. That's rough. It just seems like, and then sometimes it's feast or famine. And then all of a sudden something's going to like pull you aside for something to keep you busy, and the weather's going to be beautiful. Hopefully we get a stable winter and cold, clear skies for a good portion of some imaging time there. You had a massage, so post-massage pain is kicking in, but slightly all just melty and loose and limber. With the smoke clouds and work, it's the worst year you've had. I gotta say, it's for this. That was the other thing. Okay, moving back to Canada, I never anticipated that smoke was going to be such an issue, and it was so. It's just a stark contrast between when we had a very low sky quality with a lot of smoke in the sky. Just how much it really just washed out the whole image there. Can we see the aurora? I am in it's a weird spot where everything kind of comes down. Like here's the aurora, and it's like, oh, okay, bye. And it just kind of skirts over the top of us there. I am just in like this terrible sweet spot. Yeah, that was quite the smoke coming in here was quite the adjustment to come into there. Baba Zelnik, hi Ma, how are you? Good evening, good evening. A little loose, but mostly just pain. Hopefully that all clears up there. Samsung. Samsung, thank you so much. Thank you very much for the gifted sub to Bubba Zelnik. Much appreciated. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Oh, we had a little bit of drop there. A little bit of a drop. In other nudes, you got a nudes. Oh God. In other news, you got a new phone today. What'd you get? What's going on, Caleb? The A54. How are you liking that? How long? Well, did you like just get it? Have you had enough time to? Just got it today. Well, hopefully it's. Is it a big upgrade? Is it a big upgrade, or is it just kind of like a 2-year there? Bigger than your old phone. This faster camera is 48 megapixels. Awesome. I don't even know what mine is. I think I can do like 64. I can tell it to do 64, and then each file is like 35 megabytes. Ridiculous. Yes, hello Caleb. How are you doing? How are your skies? How have things been on your side? So adorable. Hello, Pookie. It is very weird. It is weird. See, I can point this way.
Holy potatoes.
Oh, is this one? Yes. What is the what the? Yes, it's still costume time for the potato. Yes. Good. Oh, that's done. What's up, CJ? Excuse me. What's this? What is this option? What option is this? What's that's not supposed to be up there yet. That's not supposed to be up there yet. What is that doing on there? Excuse me. I don't know what that was. You almost forgot to sign in because it's like, yeah, it's like I'm right here beside you. It's a little too dark to spot her right now, but also it's cold. Yeah. She has all the cats. What's going on, CJ? How are you? The exclamation first. And then the goats. It's goats? I thought it was goat.
I am inevitable.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, a little bit of... Well, I love the chaos. It's good. It's good, clean chaos. Now, how do we amplify the goats? It's funny, the things that have become a part of our lives now. Also, so adorable. How is the goat shed coming along anyway for its destruction? I'm sure they were very delicious there, Muffin. I'm sure they were put to good use. It's in a way, yeah, it'd be kind of fun. We could get more memes with the goat, but at the same time, we haven't got the foggiest of how to take care of a goat. But I mean, it's not to say that we. I mean, we had said before, like, I don't know how entertaining chickens can be, other than we get some fresh eggs. But there's always it's a better possibility of chickens. We know we can handle chickens here, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, it was very entertaining. Actually, one of the chickens that we did have, whenever she laid her eggs, she would just kind of peek her head around the corner of the hutch just to let us know, hey, hello, I'm doing my thing. Yeah, she was cute. The shed is lower. That's good. That's good. The Berlin Zoo was watching chickens for you're watching for like a good 10 minutes. One of the chickens was being a butt. Yeah, they're funny. It's like, I said it before, they're cats with beaks. That's what I felt it was really like, because they respond to affection, but at the same time it was just, they cared about as much as what you wanted as cats do. All you gotta do is boss them around. It should be easy. Imaging tonight, Caleb? No, not tonight. However, tomorrow night is looking clear, and we're going to bust this out. We're going to get this working. And I have a Ethernet cable that's going to reach from the deck into the office here. Or actually, no, I don't even need it to reach into the office. It'll be... it just needs to get to the router, that's all. Just need to get onto the network. What do you call a chicken that's good at math? A mathma chicken. There are other things. There are other things I need. I need buttons. I need more buttons here. I hid under a bush and another chicken found his butt was sticking out. What? Chicken butt. So yes, chickens will be good. Chickens will be fun. I guess we'll have to maybe let you guys name one of them. We don't have chickens right now. There's no, there isn't any little pre-KFC brewing out in the yard yet. You're hoping to get a second EQ6R soon. Ooh, would that be good? That is, I figure if when I get another mount, it's just going to be another EQ6R. I've had no problems with it. I love it. It's worked out really well for me. One of them has to be named Cygnus. I got my boots. I'm good. I'm fine. I don't know why I'd be trekking out in the winter to feed them, because they're just going to go in that room over there. Well, it's maybe not just one chicken. It depends on how we get. If you've got like a whole litter of chickens, is it a litter of chickens? A conglomerate of chickens? What's the collective noun for chickens? A bucket of chickens? You've ordered slippers that you lost your old... Oh, what kind of... Are they fun slippers, though, Muffin? Did you get some fun slippers? AstroStream! Hey, what's going on? How are you? How you doing? Good to see you in here. How has your astro imaging sessions been going there? A flock of chickens? A marauding gang of chickens? It's a peep of chicks? Oh. That's cute. Yes, AstroStream. Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, we are... Are you going after the Western Vale? See, I don't know what's going on, what I'm going to do tomorrow night, because we have so much available. And if the weather is going to hold up tomorrow, then, I mean, there's hours of imaging to do for some good fun of targets that we haven't seen in a while. Targets that are just going to look that much better in Bortle 3 skies. And then doing some M33. Oh, I love some M33. Love that. What's the what scope are you using there? Goth Fox, hello. Howdy. How's it going tonight? Samshunk, if it's a murder of chickens, then we're having some fried chicken. We're having some fried chicken that night. Is that a star 61? Nice. How's that been working out for you? I gotta come up to Long Su. Yes. That's the other thing is, see, the device that we have, as long as they have an LTE a cell signal from Rogers, I could use that to like stream, to do like remote streams. That's a possibility. If we hang on to that, if that can be used like periodically. But yeah, if when we get the other internet hooked up, I'll show you the device. It's just the Netgear M1 Nighthawk, and we just have a cell phone booster with it, and that's pretty much just powering things. I did see that the internet did drop a little bit, but it seems that now that I have transcoding, I am running off of a Toronto server. I tried to start the stream a little earlier and running from Houston because for some reason, well, not for some reason, because this box is with AT&T, it was a lot of our sites are from Houston, so I figured I'd try that. Didn't get transcoding. Switched my server to Toronto, and we got transcoding tonight, and everything seems to be working good. Narcs. He's very well. Excellent glasses, always from William Optics. I do want to get a William Optics scope. I've heard nothing but good things about them, and that and anything from like Explore Scientific is well worth the money. So there's so many other scopes I want to get. I want to try out. You know, if somewhere has like a loaner program, we just borrow one for a couple of months, you know. Warwolf, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you as well. Be like you, kid. Get one of each optical design. You got a refractor, an SCT, and a newt. See, it's after using the 72 ED, I just love the images that are coming out of a refractor. I still enjoy what comes out of the RC scope and the deep sky objects. Actually, what I'm looking forward to with the ASIR Plus is that we should be able to use it at its native focal length. That's exciting to try to get something even deeper, and we'll see how those images come through. Length. Gornsey, what's going on? How are you doing? Does the local RASC have one? I have yet to contact and get all that sorted out. That is kind of like, those are like next-ish steps, is just start to branch out and discover more people in the area that are doing astrophotography. I mean, this whole area is like Bortle 3, and I can't imagine that other people would not even want to try it out, you know? Yes, who wouldn't want a corrected Dalkirkham? Who would not want a plane wave CDK? Unless you just want to live in it. If we can live in it, that's fine. If all I live in is a little shack with a CDK and a nice observatory, and decent internet, and a kettle, and well, okay, I guess we gotta find some more kidneys to sell. We're both doing all good. Excellent. Good to hear. Good to see you in here. Hopefully everything kind of clears up for you as well over there. Within a foot. You got your William Optics GT81. How is that? How is that? What? There is no who shit in the kettle. It's not about the focal length. Well, I don't know. I seem to believe that the aperture can help as well. It depends on what we're shooting. There have been a lot of targets. I mean, we've done some close-ups on certain targets, but then the wide field with the 72, I'm just loving how it looks. Love how it looks.
Holy potatoes!
Good. Well, we still have the Halloween costume for the potato. Good. Yes. Fish and chips, how are you doing? Good to see you in here tonight. Yeah, good. Thank you. Fish and chips, how are you? Every day is Halloween when you're a goth. Yeah, right. I almost slipped into that lifestyle as in my late teens. That'd be all good. Lazy astrophotographer, what's going on? Redcast 71 is coming. Yes, that'd be good. How are you doing? How are you doing tonight? Good to see you in here. GT81 is life. I again, so many scopes. So many scopes I want to get. Tomorrow you finally get your polar scopes, so you don't have to use the Sky Adventure on Lego. Oh yeah, Werewolf. That was using Lego to get that working. That was awesome. That was really cool. That was very cool. Half the time you just go around singing Halloween songs. See, I have now that we have candy cane ice cream in the house, I'm allowed to sing Christmas carols. I'm allowed to sing Christmas carols, right? All right, you got the William Optics Star 71 out tonight on the Heart Nebula. Oh. Excellent. Where can we find those images? Where can we see how those are going? I was going to go after the Heart Nebula, but I did shoot that one like last season. So I was debating whether to go after the Soul to kind of pair them up, but then I don't know, the tadpoles, for some reason the tadpoles in Auriga caught my eye. So I have about 6 hours on the tadpoles that we'll have to work on it for one of our Saturday night sessions for one of our rainy day astronomy. But like I said, tomorrow night weather's looking good, so we'll bust out the ASIR Plus and actually kind of start to get a review going with that, because I am well past the time they said get the review out by the 10th of October, right? Only when we're eating candy cane ice cream. If I can get some candy cane ice cream. Mead already has the 70 millimeter pets full. So I want to try. I don't know. Again, there's so many scopes and so few kidneys that I can get my hands on there. When's the next move? Well, no. That the only other kind of move, the only other kind of move there would just be to move into the bunkie or into the move into the new studio. But this is there's still some. I still want to move the camera, and the overhead camera is in such a weird spot because it's at an angle, and it's like it looks like the coffee cup's gonna tip over there. I got the beard to be the next Santa. See, but then you got to get the white or the silver hair dye. I don't know if we're gonna do that. Or maybe we will, who knows? Nina, when? Well, probably not too far off, I think. Now's, well, I wouldn't say like not right now. I don't think now is going to be the best time. But I think it's sooner than later. Actually, it would probably become more into play when there is a permanent mount, and not using the ASI Air things, the ASI Air devices. Just give it a few more years. I mean, it doesn't look bad on the camera at the moment. It does. A permanent mount. It doesn't look as gray on camera, or maybe just not on this screen. Maybe everybody else's screens are. His beard was white as snow. But yeah, tomorrow night, I do have a cable coming in because I've used up all my other Ethernet cables to get everything else hooked up around here. So I need one more to come in just so we can get the reliable connection on here, because it's I'll be too far away from the mount to do to get a Wi-Fi signal coming through. The Wi-Fi signal I will try out with the tablet and just see how that goes early on in the evening. But we'll see how that goes there. Third rock. Not much. I mean, we're here on a Friday evening, finally, after all this time. You don't get the gray yet, but some white hairs already in the beard. I guess I don't mind the gray. It's just the part of leveling up, I guess. Death warmed over. What's up, Death? Some people just go white, not gray. I guess it's well, by contrast, it's gray. If it goes even, I'm happy with that. None of this patchy baloney. But Death, yes, thank you. Thank you for the 5 months. 5 months, yeah, oh buddies, don't freak out. Nobody freaking out here. We're all calm, cool, collected. Hope you're doing well, Death. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the 5 months. Well appreciated. You're probably selling your 2600 ZWO. Has one last chance to make things right, then things will get ugly. Ooh, really? What's up? What's happening with it? I thought you were happy with the 2600. There's something to be said for the salt and pepper look. Nah, well, this, I think over the weekend, that's coming off on the sides. Make myself a little more presentable for you guys. I feel a little haggard. A little haggard? Yeah, not haggard, haggard. You're a streamer, Harry. Doing good. Your vehicle inspection well today. Excellent. Good. You got invited to have... What? You got invited to have Korean barbecue tomorrow. Do you need a +1? Hagrid is quite a lot bigger. How do you know how tall I am? This could be a very tiny chair. This could be a wee little chair. You got super fluffy sides as well. But that it's a nice feeling when everything is like nice and short and it's all clean. You know? Right now I feel like I can almost mess it up on the sides. Almost. You like some nice salt and pepper. Every man in your family was white at my age, but I guess you have your grandma's genes, who did not have any gray hairs at 75. Please let it not also be your grandpa's genes, who had Picard's hairdo. But there's something, Picard rocked it. There was something just he owned that. He owned that look. There's a reflection is 3 to 6 millimeters off the back of the sensor, causing the center halos on any moderate to bright stars. You've been dealing with them for over 3 weeks now. They refuse to honor their warranty. That's no good. I don't know what to say. Hopefully they redeem themselves with that there. So you're saying there's a chance. All right. Excellent. Excellent. So I do what also I noticed what stopped me one night from using the ASIR Plus was I thought I needed a memory card for it, but there's already 32 gigabytes of onboard memory in here. So that's afterward I'm like, oh, well, like I said, I really didn't need to get a memory card. So we'll, like I said, we'll fire that up. We'll get that going. And maybe, well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'm going to have the 72 ED for a wide field of view for some imaging tomorrow. And we'll just kind of continue on with that there. And then maybe later on in the week, we'll see how the weather goes, because it's all over the place. It is all over the place. You're considering trading into High Point with the 183 MC Pro, V4 Hyperstar and OSC filters, and the ZW filter drawer with the QHY 268M filter wheel, LRGB, SHO filters, and be done with it. Just rip off the Band-Aid. Go for it. Does it? Have I really inspected this thing? The answer is kind of. You know, there isn't even a... Oh, sorry. Looking at it this way, there isn't even a slot for a flash card. No, there it is. What the heck am I saying? There's no device in there, unless it's hidden within everything else. We have a bunch of cables, and then the quick start guide. That's everything that I got in here. That is everything that was. The white hair was on its side. No way the postman was involved from any other aspect. So that's like everything that comes in. With the ASIR Plus. So what do we gotta do for the quick start guide? Scan it, play. Oh, that's the other thing. Son of a biscuit. I need to get a... Ooh. Oh, 12 volt 5 amp power source. I have that. Why was I looking for... Why did somebody say you needed like higher amperage, like a 10 amp? All right. So, okay, looks like I do have the right power source for everything. So we will fire that up tomorrow. and see how that all goes. All right, so far, stream quality at the moment. How has everything kind of looked for people? How is the quality? Is there less buffering than last Sunday? Because it seems that everything has held up a lot better. There are other people are using Wi-Fi in the house. Actually, even this the camera here is working off the Wi-Fi network. So I think it's I guess a bit of a matter of that I was connected to a better server. That could have been another possibility, because it was I switched to just the North American Toronto server, and things seem to be good. All good, no buffering yet, stable here on your crappy DSL. We are almost borderline. We were like our first iteration of internet was it was 5 down, 1 up. It was like it may as well have been dial up for us over here. We couldn't even get a DSL signal. That's what has been like the most frustrating thing. This is what has consumed my life. It was trying to get the internet sorted out and having something working, without selling more kidneys. And we were promised all sorts of things, and finally talking with somebody who is in charge of internet for this area with the telecommunication company, and he is pretty much saying that maybe in 5 or so years, maybe there'll be fiber out this way. And that wasn't I wasn't going to wait 5 years. So it is a matter of finding something that was going to work, and hopefully this more permanent installation, the tower that we're installing, is going to be what we need. That's what we got to do there. We're talking about on the DM and Discord. All right, let's go over on here. This is actually, this is good. I'm going to do a little bit more on here in terms of taking up some bandwidth and see what happens. Because last time I really kept Firefox closed, wasn't doing a lot of other browsing on there. Because usually I had a whole bunch of tabs open, I had a whole bunch of other streamers going. But right now, even with the internet that we have, it is running a stream at or watching a stream at 720p. I couldn't watch it. It would be constantly buffering. I got to go down to 360. Yeah, 360p, and everything seems to run fine. So yeah, this is a bit of a test there. See how it goes. Nope. There we go. Oh, so that's what you have. Oh, is that what filter are you using there, Third Rock? Which filter you got going on there? The artist community, you're building your models and doing your genealogy, and finally opened up after 1.5 years of COVID again. Oh, good. Excellent. It's also refreshing to see things starting to open up again, and just being able to kind of being a community, having that happen there. It's not the filter, so it is actually the actual camera that's causing those halos in there, All right. Yeah, then if it's the camera, then they need to... It shouldn't be doing that. Camera shouldn't be doing that. CJ, how come whenever there's a Twitter link... kind of look all right with the white beard. I could rock that. All right, Werewolf, thank you very much for popping on by. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, take care. We will see you again soon. Tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow night we'll be back doing some, weather permitting, we'll be doing some live astrophotography. And I guess that's another thing is, see, I was kind of hoping, see, because I've been off and on with Twitch so much, I have yet to get the email saying I have follower emotes, but I think there's some holiday emotes that I have to get put together this week. So maybe change some up there. So I know there was some other, there was another program that was kind of based off of your time on Twitch, but I had a lot of time off, so it mucked things up. It broke a bit of a streak. I don't know. However, the bonus side of going QHY mono, you can bin 1 on the 80mm APO and then bin 2x2 or 4x4 on the C8 to have proper sampling. One camera. That's it. Trying to be as diversified as possible for the cameras. That'd be good. That's another thing about the. See, because second mount, other scope, and the other camera is a mono camera. It is a mono camera for sure. Color camera for what we do here, but yeah, definitely do the mono cam for everything else there. Oh, and Werewolf has left for the evening. I didn't check that image out. That's so awesome things there. Awesome models. Hey, yeah, that's a cool setup there for a Werewolf. If you go mono, you're still streaming it. I mean, Caleb, he does his streams. He's doing the mono images coming through, but there's also there's like this beauty of the mono images where there's just that much more detail, and because every single bit of the sensor is getting all the information coming through. And there's another thing I'm looking forward to on the ASAR Plus is that they've upgraded. They fixed up the live stacking or the video, and you can stack, like they showed a picture of the moon and they had the single video and then they stacked it and it looked really cool. So I guess in a way I'll welcome the moon, and with the 72 ED it probably won't work out with Jupiter or Saturn, but when we throw the camera onto the RC scope, the longer focal length, do some video on planets and maybe a little bit of live stacking there and just get a better image. That'd be cool. That's another thing to try out with the ASAR Plus. And this is quite a jump as well from the original to the Plus. So I'm hoping that we'll have some decent results, and it's not going to be a headache to kind of get connected and stay connected. And yeah, just hopefully that works out there, because I don't want to be fumbling around with things. I may start tomorrow night. When do we have Astro Dark starting? So yeah, tomorrow night's forecast. This is what we're looking at here. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, fairly decent weather, relatively low humidity as well, so that's good. We don't have to worry too much about the dew heaters running overtime. So astronomical dark starts at 7:45. That's good. All right, so I will aim to get things set up around 6:30, just kind of have things ready to go, and yeah, I'll try to get some imaging done. Even if there is that little bit of break at 1 in the morning, then we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that how that's going to play out for sure there. Yeah, either on or off, no wasted pixels. Yeah, exactly. There's no interpolation needed. It's just there's just so much more detail that comes through that I've seen in a mono image. At the same time, there's that the amount of time that does need to go into mono imaging to collect all three channels or whatever, or how many more you're going to be doing there. It is for the color images. That's what I like to share immediately, because it's, you're not asking people to kind of use a bit of their imagination. You want to have a nice color image come out, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the live stacking goes on here, just to give it a whirl, see how that turns out. Maybe we could even just eliminating some of the errors that might be popping up in the guiding, see what happens. 7:30 is Astro Dark for you, but you got rain for 2 weeks. No, just get rid of the rain. Just say no to the rain, because I think we are. What do we got for this Sunday early morning? We'll see what that is going to turn out to be, but hopefully we don't get much more snow. Actually, the temperatures are going up. Oy. But we had a little bit of snow, as I posted on Twitter. A little bit of snow. And just enough to be like, oh boy, let's get the snow tires on PDQ, right? Because that's not what we want. We want to be able to... We also want a reliable forecast. It's been like all over the place. So now that we're getting up to like what, 15, almost 15 degrees coming up there. So yeah, it's the weather's confusing. I did not see any of the aurora. I did not catch any glimpse of it. It was the way how it was sitting. I know. So the way how the auroras kind of came. Excuse me. There's a mouse. This is my area, but the aurora came and went, and that was like the poor area. Actually, how's that? Is the forecast changed? Does that look kind of clear? No. Yeah, go for the shed. Get that thing down. Get the, I don't know, and then we'll have a giant bonfire if our fire pit parts ever arrive. Yeah, I know there was. I was so disappointed, but it was at least the. At least other people saw it. It's well documented. Aurora Borealis. Yes. At this time of year. Yes. At this time of day. Yes. In this part of the country. Yes. Localized entirely within your kitchen. Yes. Can I see? Yes, I know. The parts are supposed to come this week. I gotta check it. I'm gonna have to follow up with the fire pit people. We need our fire pit. We need to roast hot dogs, marshmallows, old cardboard boxes, and files, all sorts of things. We need to barbecue on old tax receipts. Something cathartic about that, I think. If we were able to I was looking. Has anybody on here at the moment been using the Wisecam version 3? Because I was hoping to pick that up in hopes of having, like, as I tried with the current outdoor camera that we have, and it just doesn't pick up the many of the stars out here. I know I'll give it another go tomorrow night, but it just seems like there's better image quality that comes through with the Wise Cam, and if we can start to see the Milky Way with that, I think even just having that camera out there will look kind of cool. Also, a all sky cam. That is another thing I'm looking into, because we will have an available tower to put that up on and just see as much of the night sky as possible and monitor that. So looking into an all sky cam for the for a nice addition there. That'll always be on. In a sense, I'll try to even get it somehow set up that we can look at like you can tune in at any time to look at the all sky cam. If I can get that working, if I can find out how to put that in place so we can have a feed somewhere, I'm sure I can put something maybe, I don't know, not on Twitter. Maybe we do like a second channel. I don't know. We'll figure something out there. But yeah, that'll be an option. Yeah, I just need the. I know there's a few people at Altair Astro have they've made an enclosure for them. There are a couple on the OPT website. They were like $1,500. I don't know if that was like the right price for things. That's like including everything we need. But that's like, I'm pretty sure we can go a little lower budget there. How is your evening going, Ma? How are you doing? So it is a matter of kind of getting getting as much of a view outside of our place as possible there, because there's a lot to see with very little light pollution, and just want to be able to have a decent camera to show that off and share that with you guys. Just have that option there. Otherwise, we'll get something working. We've made do in the past. We've had things working out there. But as always, on a Friday evening, talking about astronomy, talking about astrophotography, and pretty much anything else that pops up, as always, I'd like to welcome you guys in as my favorite people in the world online. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and we are always aiming to take as many images of the night sky as possible. Here's another bit of a stress test on here. I'm remiss to open up BlueStacks at the moment, because I have not opened BlueStacks at all. All right, Ma, have a good night. Have a good night, Bubba Zelnik. We'll talk to you soon. And another thing I don't have saved on here, because I was using the actually, let me see if I got the some of the images on my Google Drive that I can show you guys that we've that I have shot out here. In the past few nights. And because Google Drive likes to really mix things up, where are they? You two should go to bed, but you're not, so there. Yeah. Glad to have you here, CJ. Now, if I can find my screenshots from my latest adventures here, I would be happy to share them. No. Which drive did I put them in? They're somewhere. The images are somewhere, I swear. They are... Are they here? They're in here. Of course I put them in like the wrong folder, right? So these are some of the images that I have been getting. This is a, which one's that? This was a 10-minute exposure on the Heart Nebula. So we got some of the shots. That was 5 seconds with the soul. But yeah, just really happy with how the images are turning out here with just with not a whole lot of integration time. Single shots have been turning out, obviously because we have less light pollution. Really happy with how things are looking. So would definitely want to give more time on the soul. And after going out, this was the for the tadpoles, this was during we had almost a near full moon. So you can see there's more of a gradient when we got the moon shining down on things there. But just up above here was the Flaming Star Nebula. But I wanted to go after the tadpoles for just the reason that there's more nebulosity around here that I wanted to capture. And we've shot this one at a longer focal length before. But taking like the wide field view and seeing a little more context of where things are in the sky, I think it'll be an interesting target to see how it's going to turn out there. So the next time we have a rainy day astronomy session, we will do some processing on this. Like I said, I got about 6 hours on this target, but then it was also just a matter of going after some of the other targets that, we've taken like close-ups of the Cygnus wall. But then it started raining and there was nothing to see. But actually, the weird thing is there's been so much condensation that it pretty much looked like it rained out there. But everything is still operating. Everything was still working out well. But it was a little terrifying to see how much water, how much condensation was all over the scope and the camera and the ASI air and just the power source. So I gotta kind of cover things up a little more so I don't want anything to short out during the evening. But then there was the unedited version of the Elephant Trunk Nebula, which I shared that on Twitter and Instagram. A couple of different versions there, but this was the unprocessed, just a single. This is 16 minutes on the Elephant Trunk Nebula, and it was just, I was so happy with how this one turned out there. So definitely want to go back and put a lot more time on this target there. All right, you're gonna head to bed, Muffin? No worries. Good to see you as always. Keep well, and hopefully see you tomorrow night if you got a little bit of time for some live imaging. Find some other targets we haven't seen in a while, and just take a tour of the night sky. Hopefully, maybe I can tweak a bit of the settings for the camera. Maybe we can get some better images with the camera there. All right, let's not hit buttons. Andromeda is one of those targets where I cannot get enough of it, because we are looking at an entire galaxy 2.5 million light years away from us, and just the amount of detail that we can see in just a single. I was doing 16-minute exposures. I was just going for as long as possible, and for this one, everything held up really, really, really nice. So hopefully we'll get some better images coming through in the sense that we can try to do some, almost shorter exposures, but try that live stacking and see how it kind of brings out a little more detail in the galaxy as the exposures come through there, rather than we're waiting for these excruciatingly long exposure times for one image to come through, just to try out the live stacking on the ASI Air. California, again, there's other targets that I just felt that didn't get the justice that they deserved for the quality of the images with so much light pollution. And this was during almost a new moon, and just you can even see that there's almost no gradient from the moonlight coming through. So I also wonder if there's a little bit of light leak coming through on the camera at all, because it is very. If you come back to the Heart Nebula, and you can see that gradient, versus when we go over to come back to the California Nebula, it's almost gone. So there's just the overall gradient of the moon. Maybe need a bit longer dew shield on the scope. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but it is, when there is no moon, it is very obvious how much more detail we can get. Now, yeah, the scope did still working on the balance for everything, just because it is. I got 3 scopes stacked on top of each other right now. So I got the RC, the 8-inch Rishi-Chrétien scope, got the 72 ED piggybacked on top of that, and then the guide scope straight on top of that one there. And yeah, just kind of been tweaking with the balance. Hopefully it'll be all right. And this was I wanted to go after the Cave Nebula again, because it's such a dim target that going 16 minutes on this one to try to get some more of the hydrogen alpha detail in there. It's promising to go back to this target and try it again without worrying about a lot of that light pollution there. Redcat 71 with the Redcat 51 guide scope. Let's see how many more. Again, it all comes down to how many kidneys, but that'd be an awesome combo. That would pretty much be like what I'm using right now with the Skywatcher. But then again, it's that William Optics glass that you'd be working with there. Pac-Man turned out tremendous. I was surprised at how well the guiding held up there. So definitely want to it's almost like it's a redo of so many targets that we've shot in the past that I want to get some more details with. And there's no shortage of targets. There's quite a bit of open sky that we have available. And they both have the Petzval glass. Yes, it's everything just looks so aesthetically pleasing with the Red Cats. I think that'd be really cool. There's a mosquito in here. We got this is the Flaming Star Nebula. I haven't tried. Actually, that's the Spaghetti Nebula. That would be one that would fit in the field of view for this scope. Have to go after that one. That one's incredibly dim, which might be a good candidate for trying some live stacking on there. See if we can really get some details coming through. But again, with even like getting some of the reflection nebula on here, some of the reflection on the gas clouds with the tri-band filter. I mean, I was impressed to see that kind of come through a lot more than than it has in previous attempts. I mean, Rosette Nebula. I can't even. It's ridiculous how well this one turned out. I didn't even. This was 16 minutes. This was 16 minutes for the Rosette Nebula and the Flame Nebula. All in attack. It is that filter just creates those halos around there. But it just seems different than Third Rock than what yours is doing there. Spaghetti is huge. It's 4-panel in your current field of view. You joined the bat after Lux kept telling you should. I will definitely jump on board with that as well. Now that there's some more reliable imaging time available there, so yeah, definitely want to get in on that with Astro Biscuit. All in attacks, the pain in the ass will always Halo. I guess it just kind of depends on how well people will mask it. And there was I can't remember exactly what I did with the California Nebula, where I had a star that had a large halo around it, and with a few different blending modes, it dimmed and almost got rid of that coma around there. So if I can go back in my files and see what I changed in that blending mode, that kind of retained the bright star, but then got rid of that halo around there. That was like a big fluke when that happened there. And obviously I had to go for Orion, but the guiding decided to kind of go for a little bit of a walk. Yeah, we had a plane run through, but that was, again, I did 16 minutes, which would have looked fantastic had the guiding held true, but you can see there was a few errors that kind of cropped up there. So again, Orion is going to be available like the entire night. So it's going to sit high above the roof line. I'll have, like, the whole night can be dedicated to just shooting everything in the Orion constellation. That's what I'm looking forward to as well. Just the how long we've had to kind of fight with our field of view back in England, and now there's almost nothing that's off limits. Some of the southern targets at the moment are going to suffer, and that's just for the placement of the telescope. I will aim to kind of put it in a couple of different positions, like even just kind of close to me over here beside the office, and I'll have a better view to the south, and just a little bit to the west is going to be kind of cut off from us there. One of these days, you're going to get in a rocket, fly to Orion, shag the entire nebula. It is a beautiful nebula. It's just the... See, we also have... There are some binoculars in the house that I haven't tried out yet. So, I'll probably, after the stream tomorrow night, I'll probably sit out on the deck for a while and just kind of look, just do some observing with the binoculars. I did get a bit of a glimpse at the Orion Nebula, but the binoculars kind of created like this double vision for some reason. And there's another pair that we have that is like sharp and crisp. So as much as I am just going to be selfish for a little bit there, I'm looking forward to seeing just how much of the nebulosity can be seen there. This one, I was really hoping it'd be a nice image to do a little bit of editing on, but I think at this point I probably should just let it turn off and just go and just see what kind of streaks we can get on there. There are processes to remove the halos. You don't actually mine the halo. It gives the image character, like how Newts and RCs and Rosses and Hyperstars and CDKs and IDKs give image character with different diffraction spikes. I think I guess it kind of depends on how they're how the halos are treated there. I'm not too fussed on this one. I believe with the RC scope, have I got? Would this be an example? Actually, it's not too bad. So I'll probably not probably. I'm gonna go back to the Rosette Nebula and try to get like the same image and just see if there is anything wrong with the collimation of the scope at all. And if it just looks like this, then everything was happy there. Yeah, exactly. As long as everything's nice and concentric, it'll work out well. But again, it's, to try to recreate some of these images and just see what the contrast is between a Bortle 5, an 8, and a 3 is. There's a few targets I do have that'll be across all three. Well, almost all three extremes that at least that I've lived in. So we'll have a look at that. Just try to recreate the Rosette Nebula. I am going to sneeze. Oh no. No sneeze. Actually, this is... That's better. Actually, I think it's not as close. I need it closer. Closer. I'll fiddle with that later. So one thing I was thinking of... Oh, I guess it's a bit of a test on here to see how well it holds up with running a game, with running something else. Now I know something like Universe Sandbox should probably hold up, and because that isn't, I'm not running that online. Something like Phasmophobia, which I said I wanted to get into, and obviously my internet had other plans that we weren't. We didn't have the time to get into that, unfortunately. And I had some ideas for some channel point redeems that I was gonna utilize during some of the gaming, some lighting effects that just unfortunately fell by the wayside. And I'm gonna work on them still, because I want to do maybe even like Halloween in December. We'll see how that turns out there. Like I said, tomorrow night is going to be some astrophotography if the weather is going to hold up. But for right now, the way how it looks is very favorable weather that we're actually going to be able to do some imaging. And there's I mean, so far right now, this is what we're looking at for the weather for tomorrow. And that's what we want, as much green as possible. Possibly some clouds are going to roll in the around the witching hour there. The weather's the shits tomorrow. You know, because you are in tomorrow. What are the lottery results? CJ, do you have the lottery numbers as well? We'll split it 60-40. If you can get those over, we'll have $1 million party. The winning numbers are 7. And the next number. What was that? It's just 7, isn't it? Nope. No next number. That's it. Just 7. There was one Ontario lottery. It was like, it wasn't pick. There was like pick 2 or something like that. They went down. They just kind of got it down as low as possible. And if you got like those 2 numbers, it was like $500 or something like that. Shoot another lottery. Pick 1. Pick 1. Any number. Any number between 1 and 5,000. And that's it. Just pick 1. I wonder how often you would win. How low would that prize money be if it was just pick 1? Pick any number. Maybe it would be like a larger span of numbers. But who knows? Try to imagine. No, I mean, unless you play the lottery, you don't know what would you do if you won the lottery. I see these home improvement shows, the people who won the lottery, and they're buying this house, and then I realize how cheap American house prices are versus what you get here and elsewhere in the world, like in England, where you can't even sell your house for over a year. I like a man with a plan. Only 400? Oh, wait, there's an update. You also buy some advertising space, yes. And what would we be advertising? If I do an update on Phasmo, I don't know how this is going to impact things. I don't have what are the controls? I don't even have my controller hooked up here. This is bananas. Astrofell, what's going on? How are you? Check out the Jasper Skytram. Oh, that'd be awesome. That's cool. Hey, good to see you in here tonight. How high up do you get? What's the elevation there? Ooh, there's a menu as well. Oh, you did it yourself, eh? I mean, that'd be tremendous. I guess it is. It really does kind of play on the weather, eh? But that'd be really cool. That'd be awesome. Oh, they have telescopes and everything up there, eh? Oh yeah. Oh, they got some. And everything's all red lights and all of that. Oh, that's very cool. Ah. Guests can bring their own equipment if they want. Oh, cool. See, that'd be good. Have a little have a star adventurer go up there. Be great. Local planetarium brings the scopes. That's very cool. That's tremendous. Well, I can't say we can provide such a high altitude experience, but you know, equipment. But at least we'll in the future, in the hopefully the nearer than later future, we will be opening things up here for star parties in our area. And the we've pretty much scoped out which fields we would use. So there's an area that is really good for southern target viewing, and then there's kind of like a more of a sheltered area that'd be nicer away from any wind if there's any adverse weather like that we can. We can provide something in the area. I'll, we have our current working name of Astro Park. That I nobody else has suggested anything different there. Oh yeah, that'd be an awesome. That'd be amazing to see. Now we went to the Swiss Alps, and what was the place we went? Piz Gloria was the mountaintop that we went to where they did shoot the one of the James Bond films with George Lazenby, and that was for the temperature on the ground at the base versus when we got up there. It was a stark difference, and kind of like going through the clouds was really cool. So yes, if there is some kind of Astro Canuck road trip, and I say, well, you could still drive to Alberta. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting thing to do. To do an IRL stream almost across Canada. You know, we there are plans for Meteor Crater, and there is the total solar eclipse that will kind of be occurring in southern Ontario. I will have to do a bit of a road trip for that because I'm going to be too far north now. I was a little closer before, but in favor of Bortle 3 skies, we are a little ways away from the path of totality for the solar eclipse in 2024. So we will definitely have an IRL stream for that. And I say IRL, but we'll probably just camp out at Brother Canucks. And yeah, you still have a good time with that. Hopefully the weather's going to hold up, or we don't have to go too far, east or west to get a decent view of things there. All right, I'm going to try. Let's see. I'm going to hit that update for Phasmophobia. Whether or not we actually play it, let's see what happens there. If things start to tank, I may have to pause the update there. And I wonder, yeah, it looks like, the upload is suffering a bit. You do have it, but you have to be in a specific mood. I'm thinking that as well because I wanted to play it, but I'm not. I still don't feel like I'm not quite ready. I see a mosquito in here. That's the one thing about having the bright lights is that the... Got it. It's drawn to them, so it keeps them away from me. Like, yeah, there were things I wanted to do with the lights, kind of change things up so it was a little more moody. But I haven't set those defaults or those scenes yet. All right, so part of that test there was to download an update for 47 megabytes. Things didn't really dip too much there. Didn't lose any frames. So I'm going to credit the picking of the correct server. A better, not letting Twitch pick the server, but let the go back to the Toronto server, and things seem to be working out pretty good. So yeah, happier with that. Plus, I don't have my controller set up yet. I don't even know where it went. It has been so long since I played a game with a keyboard. It's just plus this wireless keyboard is fairly garbage. I gave it a second chance, but there have been too many times when I've gone to start typing, and because it doesn't register like the first letter, that it's not always sending a signal to the wireless receiver. It's like you have to do like 2 keystrokes, and then it'll start to pick up there. Plus, I wasted 2 USB ports because I figured if I would plug it in, it would stay connected. No, it just charges the thing. Annihilate. Welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on to the observatory. Glad to have you with us there. Right back in a moment, you defeat the cash, brush your teeth, have a hoo, make a night tea. All in that order. Yes. No, we're gonna be here for a little bit there. Like I said, trying out some different things on the stream, trying to make it a bit of a stress test and using more than we were last time, because it is things are overall stable here, and I think I would want to at least fire up Phasmophobia outside of the stream, because there's some other things I haven't gotten into. I haven't even installed. If I hit install for Kerbal, what happens? Kazuari, hello! How are you? Yes, I did say the word Phasmo. I did. How are you doing tonight? Good to see you in here. So yeah, in an effort to kind of take back a little bit of Halloween, because all month of October I wanted to have almost a couple of nights a week of Phasmo, just because, and I had like ideas for the lighting and some redeems, and it just all fell apart. Actually, didn't even come to construction. So you're a blanket in bed for Halloween. It's been we in our remote area, we had no trick-or-treaters. There's about 3 houses on this road. Nobody was coming around for trick-or-treating. Next Halloween, however, we do. I always loved being that house that was like the haunted house, and have the kids come in and just cry. So maybe for next Halloween, get all of our Halloween decorations out of storage and be able to put the time in there to make a haunted field. Give candy. That's it. Just give the candy. All your Reese's Pieces belong to me. Every day is Halloween, if you believe. Halloween and Christmas and all sorts of other things. We're still rocking the ghost pepper. We had the haunted ghost pepper. That last little tenuous grasp onto Halloween there. See, I don't even know where my controller is. I don't even know if the batteries are. They are a familiar burn with these. Hello? Excuse me. even Snapcam ate it. Zinc! Zinc, what's going on? Hello. Let's get this back here. Let's get this camera back, shall we? There we go. Zinc, how are you doing? All sorts of things going on. How is it going? Snapcam noped. They noped right out of there. There we go. Thank you very much for the 5 months resub. Much appreciated. To the spike of happiness for you. Doing great, finally learning some physics. Excellent. Always good. I was listening to, I had a new audiobook I was listening to today. I had to do a bit of a drive back to the hometown for a little bit there. And like the coolest thing I picked, the newest, I guess, little tidbit of information that I picked up was that Phobos, one of the moons of Mars, will eventually be broken apart by tidal forces from the planet. And it will become a ring system, much like Saturn. But at that point, Saturn's rings will have crashed into the surface of Saturn. So Mars would take over as a ringed planet. Nova Charter, what's going on? How are you doing? Little oh my. How are you, sir? Good to see you in here today. How have you been? How have your streams been going? I had my internet back for like a day, and then it conked out, and now I'm trying things out again, so hopefully we can get back on track with things here. Not too bad. Excellent. Good to hear. Good to hear. So yeah, like I said, today was a bit of a combo of our regular astronomy chat and also trying out some things on the stream that may stress out the internet and see how well things are going to hold up there. So far, I've downloaded the update of Phasmophobia. I have done a little more surfing on the internet there. Kevyok! Hello, welcome on in. Thank you very much for the follow. Glad to have you with us today. You heard ring system whilst pooping. Oh, ring system. So you're just listening to us on the toilet there, eh? How do you know this isn't like a leather toilet? You guys can't see anything below the chest here. Who knows? It's a regular office chair. Really it is, believe me. Why would I lie? But it seems things are holding up. Things are holding up there, and I think a bit of a test would be to actually jump into Phasmo and see what occurs. But then I got where is my controller? Will a regular Xbox controller work? Can I just plug in a wired Xbox 360 remote? And will it work? I guess it's yeah. Yeah. What's the... I would say what's the best that can happen, but you know what? There's already been... Yeah, see, I have an Xbox One remote somewhere, but I don't know. I used it on my laptop before. I don't know. If things suddenly explode, then we know why. We know what happened. Setting up a device, setting up a controller. Says the device is ready. Do I even have a... My goodness, do I have a gaming scene? Sound, yeah. All right. I don't want to play it in VR. Let's see what happens here.
First day, huh? Well, I've already got some jobs ready for you. Don't worry. I'll be helping you out as much as I can from this side.
Okay, so far so good. I think I hit reject. All right, let's try this again, shall we? Maybe we'll do a little mood lighting, shall we?
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Okay, I'm going to use the mouse. There we go. Microphone. Give us a sign. Okay. Where is the music? Hang on. 'Cause I wasn't totally prepared for this one. Okay. So, can we hear? PC head bob, yes, fine. Flashlight, oh boy. Back. That's good. Alright, Cosboy, no worries. No worries. Alright. I also feel like I need it on the bigger screen here. Oh, I have like everything is dropping. There goes all the internet. Remain calm. It's all good. Everything's good. All right. Oh, did I tabbed out. I don't even remember how to play. Do I do the training again? I don't know. in an effort to recapture Halloween. Usually I have different headphones as well. Okay, let's see what happens here. If, I don't know.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. I've also written some notes on the whiteboard if you need them. No report this time. Be careful. You're going in blind.
How do we get the key? Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, wow. The items have really changed. Oh, boy. When Palliers was on Saturday Internet, he just streamed marbles. I don't know. I've never actually done marbles before. Don't know how that would be. Oh, wow. Oh, hey, look. Have they put in any accurate... Although it's a full moon and we can see stars. So, right away. it's not looking good. Oh man, this is really... The atmosphere has really changed in here. I don't know. When was... I was set up in the bedroom. No, I got the creepy feelings again. Where are you? Are you here? I guess they're not here. Well, that is getting lower. I need to fix the thumbstick a bit. Are you here? I think I remember how to play now. Do I need a... Oh, there goes the... Well, there goes all the speed. Well, even this. Okay, so maybe... Perhaps Phasmo is eating up too much of the internet? Because I'd hate for everything to kind of cut out there. Still giving me red. Got some rendering issues, maybe because this is... It's coming out high, but there's not a lot of CPU usage happening here. Well, if we just came back after buffering, what a successful ghost hunt that was. Wow, I guess I may as well get this... close this up and find another game there. It's perfect. There we go. Wonderful. Wonderful to see. Excellent.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Oh. Let's see if we have anything somewhat local.
Looks like there are others out there in need of help.
Where? Okay, fine. Let's find. We'll find one game and just see how everything holds up. Although it seems that jumping into Phasmo has already kind of dropped things. But welcome on in, guys. My name is Tom. I'm the Astro Canuck, and I am saying that Halloween is still going to exist. So we figured on a Friday evening here, we'll jump on into Phasmophobia for a bit. And actually, I should probably even change my... Where is... Where is that? Let's change our category at the moment. Yeah, let's give this a go. Let's see how this is gonna. Let's try. Okay. How is Merc?
Nightmare Professional.
All right.
I think amateur is breath of fresh air.
Amateur? Yeah. Let's do amateur.
Okay, I'm leaving actually. Just
No, I'm kidding. Think I'd do amateur. Well, I guess everyone left. Oh, hello. Oh my God. Hello, good sir.
Hello.
Okay.
Andy.
Good soup. Oh, anyways, hello guys.
Let's try this again there.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Good. Andy, how are you? This is, that's weird, the lighting. Andy, thank you very much for 12 months. Holy potatoes, sir. Sir! It has been a long time. Good to see you here. How have your skies been? Wonderful to see you. There we go. What's up, Mojo Jojo? You're so confused when you heard the Phasmo sound. Yeah, I figured well, we're doing a bit of a stress test on here, right? So, like I said, we're trying to do a little bit of maintain some of that Halloween spirit for a bit, but pardon me. It was getting the lights sorted out was something I wanted to do beforehand there. I've been cleared. Had a brilliant aurora in the other day. Oh yes, how'd that go? How was we like just missed the auroras here. It's a little disappointing, but at the same time, a lot of other people are having great documentation with all this there. Well, Mojo, hope you're doing well. It's been so long since we've had a clear night here as well. Tomorrow night is looking to be good. Tomorrow night is looking to be like a half decent evening. So hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit there. We got a full squad. No, I do not. Do you partake there, Caleb, in phasmophobia? JRL, what's going on? How are you? How are you doing?
Looks like there are others out there in need of help.
Yeah, you're only a casual level 600 or something. Yeah, I mean, Caleb, if you want to join in. Yeah, let's do that. The US, that is that's the code up there. You'll cancel the rendezvous with the ISS. Wait, am I taking you away from some imaging there? I was kind of feeling down, but you're making friends with another robot, so you're really happy now. Excellent. Oh yeah, the ISS is still a thing. It's still a thing there. All right, seeing we have like a small group of people. If anybody else does want to jump in on Phasmo, you guys are welcome. That still works too. Well, there was a little bit of space chat earlier on there, JRL. And I figured that this is also, I wanted to test the stream a little bit and just see how well things held up. And there's been a little bit, like a tiny bit of buffering.
Hello there.
Hello there. Wait, do I need to press this? I don't remember.
Yeah, you need to press V.
Okay. That's working there.
No, I can't hear you in game.
No? How about now? Can you hear me now? How about
nope, I'm hearing you through the stream.
now?
Nope.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, hang on. How about now? Now? Now. Now.
Hello?
Now? Hello?
Say something again?
Anything? Something.
No, I can't
No,
hear you.
nothing. Not a darn thing. Okay. How do I... Hang on. I don't want to leave. No.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Oh, that's weird. That would be why. Give us a sign. Give us a sign. Give us a sign. Yep. Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, that's right. He had to do all that. Windows audio. What? Don't open up. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. It worked before. There's the sign. Give us a sign. Give us a sign. Give us a sign. We saw it worked before. It did do it. Over. Give us a sign. We'll try this again. Now, why does I always want to do it in VR mode? I have nothing that's VR in here. We'll get there. We're gonna. It'll work. I swear. And also, it's on the smaller screen. I probably won't have on that.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Audio. Okay. Give us a sign.
Looks like there are others out there in need of help.
All right. There's the invite code there. Let's try this again.
Give us a sign.
Oh no, I've tabbed out. This might have... Yes, hello?
Hello.
There we go.
Oh, have you seen this? Follow me.
Where are you?
To that door.
Yeah.
So walk all the way up here.
Ah! No. No.
Oh, here. Oh, here.
Wait, how do you turn on your UV light?
Oh, so just grab one here.
Oh.
In this locker.
Oh, gosh. Wait, where'd you go?
Hi.
Hello.
There's a skeleton here.
Yeah.
And look up there.
Hang on. I think I need to... Hang on a second here. Hang on a moment.
Yeah.
Just need to adjust lights. There we go. There we go. All right, where was I looking?
Over here. Look up there. There's a guy staring at you.
Eh? Creep show.
Yeah.
No.
I am inevitable.
We're safe. Oh, does the... What's this one here? Is it only the black lights we can pick up?
Yeah.
Yes, we survived the snap. All right, let's... Is there anything that doesn't... that we can't pick anymore? Or is it always... Oh, and there goes my connection.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Oh, peas and rice. Okay. Yeah, the bit rate's adjusted. I am only streaming at 3000. 3000 kbps. Although because right now my upload is my total upload is about 6.8. No. So that is...
Looks like there are others out there in need of help.
That may be a... What server you got there, Caleb? Ah, there
Welcome
we go.
back.
Oh, now we gotta go back here. You're back with food, Cosworth. What'd you get? What do you got? What do you got for food? It's kind of Mojo. It's not that kind of stream, man.
Yeah.
All right. I feel that there's a chance I'm just going to end up getting dropped out of here, but
Yeah, that's fine.
all right. Yeah, you know, let's give it a go. If I'm ready yet. All right. Let's see how this goes.
This is intermediate, by the way.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare
All right.
accordingly before starting the investigation. I've also written some notes on the whiteboard.
Hang on, I gotta put both headphones in for this.
Got the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
What are you studying there, Mojo? What do you got going on? Capture a photo of the ghosts. Get an average sanity below 25%. Where'd you go?
Waiting for you.
Ooh. Which one is this?
This is Willow Street, one of the newest mall map.
Oh.
Luigi board.
Ah.
Where are you?
Basement.
Oh, wait, where are you? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, hi.
What the hell's on your face?
A mask.
Oh,
You've got
do I-
one too.
Oh. Oh yeah, it's cold down here.
Are you here? Oh, there's the bone. Oh,
Have you seen the bone work, by the way?
The what?
so this is the bone.
Oh. Ah. Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? It's cool around. Oh, it looks like it. I got like 4 degrees around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you? Where are you?
Back to the van, I'm getting stuff.
Okay. Are you with us? I'm gonna go back to the van too. Okay, I like the van. I like the van. Where's the van? There's the van. Let's see. Photo sanity.
Goals up, freezing temp.
You said ghost orbs and freezing temps?
And spirit box.
All right. So we have it. So what about the... How'd you see the orbs?
With the camera. So click on the keyboard to toggle on the
night vision. Hang on. It was on this camera. There you go.
Ah, okay. This remote control jumps around a lot.
Yeah. Crucifix and let's try not to die.
Yeah. Why is the crucifix glowing?
That's because it's been used up, so we better run back up.
Oh. Oh.
Where is your favorite room? How old are you? How many people have you killed? What's my sanity like? Where are you?
There's a telescope.
Yeah. At least they've got a counterweight on. Oh, it's hunting.
Eh?
It's hunting.
Oh.
Just locked me out.
I see. Can it still get us from here?
So, yeah, so we just need to get our sanity down to 25% overall.
Okay.
My sanity is probably like next to 0.
What's going on now? How are you doing? Yeah, your sanity is 1. I got 76.
So what's your sanity?
77. So I gotta fart around with the Ouija board.
Yep.
Where are you? How old are you?
Can I ask you questions too?
Yeah.
Where are you? How old are you? Does this work? How many people have you killed? What do you want us to do? Is this dropping my sanity?
It's probably not. I don't know why it's not working for you, because you've literally just tested your mic.
Oh, I dropped the camera. Oh, sure. Hello, Ouija board. Hello. Where are you? Do you want to hurt us? Nope.
There's a reason. There's a reason why I fought around the Ouija board, like right next to the doorway.
I like that there's a... I like that we can run.
Yeah.
Oh, sanity still. Does this work?
How old are you?
Do I have to talk without the thing? 53.
No,
Are
you have to hold it down.
Do you want to hurt it?
Oh,
Oh.
that was close.
No. Okay, maybe did that do anything to my sanity? That must have done something to my sanity.
Not yet.
No?
Surely it will be like closer to 0, but
67. Where can I hide? You can't hide in this house, can you?
You can hide in the house and drain your sanity that way.
I thought this one had no places to hide.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
No, I am not going to hide under the bed. That spirit box is creepy. That is disturbing.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly, and it should feel bad. The ghost should feel bad. Oh. How old are you? Do you want to hurt us?
Do you want to hurt us?
Do you want to hurt us?
Talk to me.
Where are you? Why are you?
Why?
Are you happy?
Oh.
No. They just want to be a friend. I don't think so. I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
We're at 33% overall. 29% now.
Oh dear.
We just have to survive one more hunt, maybe. For $10. That's not.
Yeah, it's just $10. My God.
I think so, yeah.
Meat mixer. Hey, a buddy of mine swore he lived in a haunted house once. I could probably say if even after playing this, I could say that my house is haunted too. Every creepy sound now is gonna bug me for the rest of the night. It's gonna bug me. I'm gonna hear a bump, and that's it. Hello, where are you? How are you? Are you listening to me? I don't think it's working on me. You got a sleeping thing.
Yeah, I think you might have to check your mic again.
Really? Well, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you, but the voice recognition is broken. Oh, actually, you know what? Did you tap out? So if you tap it, click on the Phasmophobia icon on the start bar, on a taskbar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's there.
And hopefully that will fix it.
All right. Hang on, 28. Let's try this again. All for the sake of $10. Yeah, so whose hallucinations in your sleep? There's one that's like, what, sleep paralysis or something like that is another thing. Where are you? Where is the butter?
Oh, we've got it, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
We've got the sanity thing.
Oh, okay. Where are you seeing this?
In a journal overview, there's the objectives now. Alright, make sure you've actually clicked on the ghost, so you haven't actually selected the ghost yet.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Alright, ready to go?
Ready to go. Man, they've done a ton of stuff in here.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Ah, all right. Oh, this might cut out again. This might cut out again. I got red on my dropping frames. Dropping frames all over the place.
Do you want to test your mic again, or...?
Yeah, hang on a second. I'll check that.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Give us a sign. Give us a sign. Give us a sign. Okay, so Yeah, back in there now. They recognize it. A friend said he heard a voice a couple of times. He came by to your house one night, freaked out, and stayed all night. Wouldn't go back. It was.
I've gathered a list of other hunters asking for help.
No, it's always. So, especially after playing this, it's not too bad right now because I'm actually in the house with other people. But when I was playing this in back in the UK, all by my lonesome. It was not a fun trip up to bed. And even now, I don't know.
Welcome back. We've got some jobs for you.
Oh, more jobs. All right, let's try one more game, and then I'll say that as a tested stream. We're doing a little bit of Phasmophobia right now because I missed out on Halloween. What other? All right. No, just writing up. See, I don't often play video games, but I always enjoyed playing Phasmophobia just because the pure creepiness of it.
Check the whiteboard for help.
They blow out candles.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
We've had reports of
Oh my
crime,
gosh.
and it looks like they left in a hurry.
It's fun. It's great.
Oh boy. Where'd you go? Oh, you're inside.
The
Right?
garage is on. I think it's in one of the bedrooms. Yeah, it will be.
Are you here?
Are you here? Nancy. Might be in the hallway. It's hot in the bathroom. Maybe they just had a shower.
Hey, do you want to test your mic?
Hey. Where are you? Master bedroom.
Master, yeah. So here.
Where are you? Are you here? Give us a sign. Did you just hit a door?
No, it was the girls.
No, always creepy. I am not going to give the ghost a hug. It'll give me a hug. Are you here? Can you hear me? Blow out the candle. Make a wish. Will that work? If I just leave the Nope, don't want to go there. It blew out the candle. It wished for a friend. It was. Oh no! Oh. Oh. No motion yet. Tornado, what's going on? How are you? We are making up for Halloween. We are doing a little bit of a stress test on the stream. So far, for the most part, things are holding up really well. But how have you been? I need to get walking through. What
I haven't
happened?
got any evidence yet.
No. Eh? Yeah, lots of school are just doing a test that's due tonight. Well, hopefully that all goes well. Hopefully that works out well for you. Oh, we got the motion sensor. Now we just gotta walk through salt. It's been so long since I played Phasma. Got 2. Are you with us? Are you here? What do you want us to do?
What's got the salt?
Right in the book. What do you want? Show yourself? Walk through the salt.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
It's in utility now.
It's moving?
It shouldn't move in intermediate, but it says in utility.
Got
Which is
13,
laundry.
13 degrees. Show yourself. Oh, in the hallway, 7 degrees. Did he just walk right through me? What's up, Sonic Atomic? How are you? Yes, the nighttime viewing is amazing. Hopefully tomorrow night.
Where are you?
Oh, now it's in the thingy, in the living room. Or it was.
What is in it?
It was like 5 degrees here. 5 degrees. It's sitting on the couch.
That's an EMF 5.
EMF 5?
Oh, that's.
Oh, it's 3. Ha ha ha.
Bad goes bad.
No, no, no.
It was the combined 2 EMF 3s that sounded like an EMF 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do sound different now, by the way. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah?
can hear the EMF 5.
I see. It's like 4 degrees in the living room. The fan makes a sound too.
It's hunting.
Oh, son of a... Damn it! All the sounds. Oh, I like the webbing effect. That's creepy. Now we can be friends. Get the insurance. That's crazy. Not the EMF, the temperature. The temperature gauge went crazy. There's been like no...
I've got nothing.
Been no evidence. This is crazy.
This is supposed to be intermediate. Now it's living room.
So they move around the house as well? So that's just like... Oh, there's so much more that's changed in this game.
It's not supposed to in intermediate.
Weird. Oh, that's right. You can hear me on stream. So you're hearing me from beyond. Oh.
That wasn't a hunt. Thank freak for that.
Jeez. It's a puppy. It's an I don't know.
I'm going to guess Myling. just for the heck of it, because I'm over this. I don't know what it is.
All right.
I'm leaving.
Okay. Oh. He left me. He left me behind.
Only.
Back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Oh boy.
Well, he hasn't got many fans, has he?
All right. I am going to back out of this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thanks for jumping in there.
Yeah, no. Thanks for games.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm again organizing more in the future, and maybe if I can get some scenes set up for this for maybe tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. Tomorrow night we're imaging, but for later on in the month, I'm going to call November is October number 2. And we'll do some more Phasmo. All right, we'll catch you in a bit, Caleb.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
November's October number 2. Knocktober, yes. Right. Where's the light? Oof, that's bright. All right. Well, good to see that that worked. There we go. But no, okay, so much more positive numbers for streaming. Only a little bit of it cut out. Melodol, the Destroyer. Welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you. So we know that Phasmophobia will work. And I will work on some scenes and other little bits to kind of incorporate Phasmophobia, as we are now calling November October number 2. So we'll do a little more Phasmo gaming, and also I guess it's also time to update some other install Kerbal as well, and well, it's Universe Sandbox and Space Engine. Get those installed on the system again, and just get everything kind of back to where it was before. And yeah, now that yeah, for sure, get back into Kerbal Space Program, because that was fun. I did enjoy that as well, because it is supremely detailed in there, and you're gonna resume your rendezvous operation. Where were you going to the moon, or how is that going there? Oh, yeah, right. You're the getting the ISS. Wait, where were we? No. All right, so tomorrow's forecast, has that changed? Has that changed greatly for us, or what? How's that looking? Tomorrow's still looking good. Tomorrow's still looking good for some imaging. So, like I said, tomorrow night I will get the ASI Air Plus hooked up. We will temporarily ditch the original ASI Air. Well, chances are we'll probably. I do have a spare camera that I could probably use the ASI Air to do some really wide field shots. No tracking, so it'd be like some short exposures. We'll see how that goes. That would be it. I was trying to recreate the ISS construction flight. I really got to get into more Kerbal, more nights where we're doing things. Security. Security, how you doing, sir? Holy potatoes, another 12 months. Another subscriber for 12 months. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoop. On to the spike of appreciation for you, sir. All right, Cos, where are you going to head off? Playing some game with friends. It was nice to see you again. As always, have a good one. We will see you. We'll see you again soon there. But yeah, definitely in the next week. In the next week, we will get a little more done with. Where did I posted in the Discord? I did post that we're working to improve the internet because we are erecting a larger tower here. Spikes in the game, spikes people in real life, but that is we got a larger tower to have reliable internet from a reliable service, and that should be ready in about the next week. So we'll have much more stable connections. Right now, I mean, this was a test to see how things are going. I am getting a little bit of green and yellow for my quality here, so we'll see how that goes. A few artists who can help erect the tower. Why do we say erecting so much? Who's saying erecting in there? But we got the. It was we're man in tights. Tights. No, unfortunately, I did not see any aurora. It was a letdown, but at least it was cloudy, so there was no chance. Even if there were, at least the clouds were there to block the view. So, what'd you do on Astro Stream today? Well, we looked at 4 men and erections. So, the standard. Actually, we got 1 guy busy erecting and 4 just kind of standing by. No. There's no shame here. There is no shame. We're all about as mature as we can be. It's not a lot mature. No. I've seen your work there. And it's good. It's fun. It's great. You think we're all having a mass debate here? I mean, we're masters of it, right? Stop. No. Okay. We are. Oh, yeah. It's the dancing emote that sells it. That totally sells it there. So okay, I don't know about the Christmas tree. For me, it was always December 1st was putting up the Christmas tree. Right now, I can freely sing Christmas carols whenever I'm eating candy cane ice cream. So I may need to get some candy cane ice cream. But yes, that's the all jokes aside, we are having a bigger, girthier tower that is being put up that we will be able to reach some of the cell towers, not cell towers, the water towers that have the repeaters on there. We will have better internet signal, and yeah, just something that's more reliable, and that we're not jerry rigging things to get all set up there. And hopefully that will leave things a little more stable so that we can reliably do more gaming and streaming at the same time. I think things overall held up really well tonight. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I mean, there's tons more this weekend. Like I said, tomorrow night is forecast to be clear. If everything goes sideways, if things go south like Sherman, I have data available to do some astro image processing. There is about 6 hours, I believe, on the Tadpoles Nebula in the constellation of Auriga. So we will we'll do that as well. We can work on that. Sunday morning will be our lazy Sunday stream, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Actually, it'll be Eastern Standard Time, because the clocks are going to go back on Saturday night. So we will kind of get a little bit more time sleeping in if you're going to be working on Sunday. If you're not working on Sunday, we're always happy to have you in here to hang out while we build a little bit of Lego. I'll reveal tomorrow what set we're going to be building, what we're going to be working on for Sunday's stream. Whether there's going to be another little quickie like the. Well, I say a quickie, it ended up being like 3.5 hours for trying to build a 151-piece Lego set. You want to play No Man's Sky in the future? Yeah, I will. Yes, I would love to. I think something like that needs. You get more people playing on that. It's much better. And I think I need like an air conditioning unit in here. It is warm. So yes, tomorrow night we'll all things on our side. We'll be doing some imaging. We're getting some images of outer space, and yeah, just showing you guys the Bortle 3 skies and what we're capable of, what we can see out here, because it is fantastic. So let's see who we're going to. We're going to wrap up here. Actually, I think I know who we're going to send you guys over to. I put some cool pieces together about weird science fiction and Venus. Oh yeah, like in the game, or you got like some pixel art with that? That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Thought at first when I saw a plate, it was like something.
All right. So yes, tomorrow we'll be imaging. We'll be using this bad boy here, and we'll be able to actually do a little bit more, some other interesting bits with the ASIR Plus. So we'll run through that, kind of do a bit of a initial reaction to using this device because I haven't used it before, and yeah, I'll be putting this together as a video review, and yeah, we'll just kind of talk about that. And if you guys have used the ASIR Pro as well, if you can kind of get some feedback on that there, and yeah, we'll do some interesting images tomorrow night. Take some, because yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting some awesome targets in. Canuck the Impaler, Melanol the Destroyer, coming soon. from many of the old science fiction movies. Lots of weird connecting stuff, I tell you. All right, cool. Yes, shoot messages over on Discord. Continue the conversations over there. Versus. Ooh, boy. All right, there. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna have to fix that for the bot there. But yes, there are our raid messages. For those who are subscribed, those who are not subscribed, feel free to copy those ones on in there. We're going to send you guys over to Science with Ballant. Check out Science streams. They're chatting a little bit of, they got blue whale poo, limb regeneration, and more. A little science cocktail hour discussing more science news over there. We're going to keep the science going. Appreciate if you guys are going to stick around for the raid. I will try to stick around as long as possible, and yeah, we'll go say hello to Ballant and company. But I hope you guys enjoyed your time here. I'm happy with how everything has gone. With the quality here, but we'll be back tomorrow night with the telescope all fired up, and we'll be taking live images of the cosmos. Finally, from our Bortle 3 skies, we'll be doing what this channel is all about: taking live images of outer space, talking about space and everything else that makes us go, holy potatoes. So thank you guys so much. I have been Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to share the universe. Have a very good evening. Thank you all who joined in, subscribed, resubscribed. You guys are absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. We will see you again really soon. Where's that button to go away? Ending. Toodles.